my teammates. So from beginning, I would like to ask you guys questions. When you hearing 3D printing, what appears in your mind? I don't know what you can think with, but today we would like to introduce 3D printing to you guys. This is our agenda. We will provide a concept of 3D printing in the definitions, and then we will have a histories and the predictions to the 3D printing in the future, like dream become truth. This is our predictions, and we believe it can solve the limitations of process from mind to the product. For more details, we will share later on. After that, we will have some theories to show you the process of 3D printing. Last but not least, it is the impact. And then the definitions of 3D printing is 3D printing is an adaptive manufacture. It's a process of making three-dimensional solid objects from the digital files. The creations of 3D print objects is achieved using adaptive process. In this process, the object is created by layers, down successive layers of materials until the object is created. Each of these layers can be seen as vertically sliced horizontal cross-sections of the evaluated object. And this is our existing product. I classify it as three catalogs, which is 3D printed brandings and the things being printed was now and surrounding products. In this news is a news of 3D printing using in the RT. So also I would like to introduce you the 3D scanner. It's a surrounding product. It supports 3D printer to have a more simplified or specific printing word. Yeah. So and then I will pass to the Benny and he will introduce you the history.
Thank you, Rennie, and now I'm going to share the history of 3D printing to you guys. And it all starts from the early 80s. Charlie Hull invented stereolithography, and then he found a 3D system in 1986. And in 1988, another inventor, Scott Drum, invented the fused deposition modeling. And then he founded his company, Stratasys, in 1989. And in 1922, Stratasys introduced the first FDM 3D modeler. And then it was tested in microgravity and were officially used in manufacturing industry. And in the 2000, the inkjet 3D printer was introduced, which mainly used the liquid plastic as the material. And in 2002, 3D printing is the first used in medical field. So kidneys or bones, any body parts you can think of could be 3D printed. And in 2007, the first multi-material 3D printer is introduced, and the color version one was introduced in 2015. What is the status of 3D printing? So we think that it's between the growth stage and the maturity stage, because as you can see, the supply of 3D printers is increasing gradually, and the price is dropping. And part of it being widely used in various fields, but just mainly in medical and manufacturing industry. Not every single party has it, so we don't think it's at the stage of maturity. So here is the proof from International Business Times. So mentioned that it's very complicated for users to get grip with, mainly because of the operation system. So what could it be like in the future? So we think that it's possible for us to print through our head. So mainly we just put on a headset which linked to a 3D printer, and we just, whenever we project an image or an imagine of an object, so we can print it through the printer directly. So we just can skip through the process of the operation system. And then here is another concept of the 3D printing in the future. So we can, it's a concept of collecting a 3D printed product and use it as a material, and we just reprint a new product in another shape. So you might find 3D print on the internet, but it's totally different concept. The one on the internet or existing was mentioning the concept that just using recycled materials to print a 3D object. So next I will pass it to Jeff for the theory behind.
Thank you, Manny. Now I will introduce the theory behind the 3D printing and how does it work. According to the American Society Testing and Material Group, there are 7 type process. I will mini introduce the 3 type process. First, the valve bed photopolymerization technology that can expose light sensitive liquid plastic under UV laser by layer to layer to 3D, resulting a detect 3D object. The second one is the material extrusion, the most common one. Field disposing, the modeling is layer additive manufacturing process that's used ferroplastic material to produce both prototype and end-use parts. The last one is the direct energy deposition. Is the common technology to use in the manufacturing industry, which mostly deposit and mail into manufacturers' use equipment. Now I will pass to the Vega to talk about it.
Thank you. And this part is about CAD. What is CAD stand for is Computer Aided Design. It is a system of 3D printing requiring specific skills in using 2D input device on a 2D screen to sketch out highly complex 3D shapes. And the next comment is about the impact of 3D printing. We mainly focus on the effects in our life, society, and Hong Kong, even the world. It enhances our living standard. People can easily to make a production with low cost in a short period of time and create on your own, such as magnetical tools. And con has 2 sides. While using 3D printing, it releases harmful and toxic particles and gases. According to a research, the emissions from desktop 3D printers are similarly as burning cigarettes or cooking by electronic stove. And new printable materials cannot be detected, produced by 3D printing, such as metals. If people use 3D printing to print out weapons, some are hard to detect before you are on board in the airport. It frightens our life.
In the next section, we'll focus the 4 factors. 4 factors that positive and negative impacts in Hong Kong of 3D printing. And the main 4 is educational, medical, manufacturing and construction fields. In the education field, we can see that 3D printing now we can use in the university and the secondary school. Students no longer to stay in the creative thinking, but we can use 3D printing to create their design, and they can through the four main process with discovery and power build up and prepare for the career path. For the next fields, nowadays 3D printing can print the tools for the complex surgeries, which include heart and the reverse bone and the dental phases. It helps to reduce the medical errors and people's life no longer to be dangerous and with more guarantee. In the manufacturing fields, we can see that 3D printing is more cheaper, faster, and provide tailor-made for the customer. In the forever couples provide tailor-made for the wedding ring surface, customer can experience the 3D printing rings before a real weddings, and it can also print the suits, and the 3D printing technology has bring a new world to the design. And the last one is the construction fields. Modern fixtures is more features and increase the working effectively. For example, 3D printing can print a house for the construction field now. For the conclusion, we think that 3D printing are very well inclusive, positive and negative, but it may enhance our thinking, working, and living more in the future. Thank you.
So this is the end of the presentation. Is there any questions? Yeah.
And if I want to purchase a 3D printer for my personal use, where can I have it?
I think it's a better way.
Great, thank you.
I think in the green color, this is the branding of 3D printers, and you can search it and buy in the internet. Any question? No, so this is the end of the presentation.